Yeah, it's a dry comedy about a character named Charlie who hates his day job, stuck at a call center.
Okay.
Yet he can't quit because he thinks he's in love with one of his coworkers.
Okay.
And there are events that take place outside of work that he's dealing with that aid what he's dealing with inside of work. So essentially, it's this message, when you boil it down, of this character who you could say like is at the turn of the age, turn into an adult. Is that the term? Turn of the age? Is that?
I'm far too hungover to remember, to be completely Turn of the coming of age.
Coming of age. It's like that. Yeah,
okay.
Where he's dealing with what it means to fail and step out on his own.
Brilliant. And where did the idea for the film come from?
Well, you could say it came from. It's something that I dealt with, maybe.
So would you go so far as to say it's autobiographical? Or?
No. I worked at a call center.
Okay.
So some of these characters that you see in the film, I actually witnessed.
Okay.
Like the crazy lady brushing her doll's hair. There was someone when I worked at a call center who she would brush her doll's hair. And I just remember thinking like, wow, that's just too good to be true. I only lasted there 3 months before I went crazy and I left. But that's
before you started brushing a doll's hair.
Yeah, I stole her doll and I started to brush it.
And she was free. The curse was lifted. So you worked with a co-writer on this. How was your creative process working together?
So I guess generally Josh would come up with an outline and he would send it over to me, and we would kind of go back and forth. We'd get coffee every Wednesday and kind of just discuss characters and build kind of biographies for them, and kind of dive into the world, create that world, and we'd send stuff back and forth via notes and text and all of that to collaborate. It was really fun.
We're lucky enough that we both have like the same sense of humor.
Right.
Even like last night on the train, we were just joking around about something, and we're like, "Oh, there's a character right there." It just—I don't know. We're lucky enough that we just make each other laugh, so it works.
Were there ever any challenges of sort of, I want to include the hairbrusher or the guy who's eating the crisps, and you were like, no more of these characters, or was it always like, yes, put them in?
Yeah, I think we agree on most things when it came down to it.
But you say most, so what didn't?
Well, I honestly can't think of one that we really butted heads on.
Yeah, I'm sure there is something, but it just wasn't that big of a deal. It's like if someone's like passionate about, I'm just not seeing that. We just trust one another not to put it in. We've known each other long enough that it just makes sense, I guess. But I'm sure there's something there that we punched each other over and forgot about it.
And you brought your cinematographer, Jesse. So did you have any specific, how did you come on board the project? And just from watching the trailer, it's quite a unique style of being the way it was shot. Did you have any inspirations?
I think I kind of just really took the script to heart because Josh and Jacob worked on it so long and so hard, and I just feel like I didn't want to step on too many toes with too many ideas, and Josh had such a clear vision that it was for me, it was just really easy to just step into it and help create the image that he was really looking for.
Oh, yeah. Cool. And Josh, you wrote the script, but then you also directed the film. Were there any moments where the writer and the director in you were battling it out?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, where there are times. There are times, where you're there on set and just like anything, something goes wrong, or you run out of time, and you have to choose what's the high priority here.
Yeah.
And there are definitely times. I'm trying to think of an example, but I know there were times where it was like, okay, stuff it. We have to scratch that. There might be a specific camera shot, or camera. We want to do this with the camera, and we just had to scratch it because we just didn't have enough time, and we have to stick to what's most important, which is this character's story. And so definitely had to battle it. I had to switch hats quite a bit. In the actual writing process of it, though, I had a lot more fun with the director's hat because I could watch it, and then that actually, like what we just saw of the trailer of the what's that? 1, 2, 3. It's like it's a 4-pan single shot. And that was one of the first things we had written, was this idea, and obviously there's no dialogue actually happening in it, you know, but it was just the physical comedy that just made us laugh of this experiencing what this character's going through. Anyway, that's all to say, it was at times it really aided, it really helped, and then other times it on set I was battling more so with the writer within.
Fair enough. And Jacob, were there any moments where you were like, yeah, you didn't include that bit? Why? Or was it for the most part?
Not really, actually. I was lucky enough to be on set for some of the shooting, and so got to see the process firsthand and understood, like, if something was changed from the script, understand very tangibly why, and like when you're kind of working for something in the heat of the moment, it just makes sense why you need to change it. So not really.
Sounds like they had every faith in you, Josh. And you do sound like when you were mentioning there, you had the idea for the boom, 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 which is a technical term, as you know as a director, the boom, boom, boom. Have you always wanted to get into directing?
No, not. You know, I want to say yes, but it's no. I kind of fell into this by accident, and meaning my whole life, my dream has been to play music, and that's like drums, playing in a band was all I ever really knew for the majority of my life. And then I realized about a decade ago, oh, I can't make any money doing that. And
so you thought, I'll try independent filmmaking, where all the money is.
It's kind of ironic because along the path, I picked up. Filmmaking for me began as a hobby in that regard. Like it was just fun. I remember getting my first DSLR and just like having fun. I didn't even know what I was doing. It was just fun, and which is kind of like how we made this film. It just came out of like, let's do it, let's go for it, let's have some fun, like, you know, kids on a playground sort of thing. But like the actual tool of directing, like that wasn't only that came around like, you know, maybe I'm not sure, a couple of years ago maybe, and that just came out of making my own videos. Yeah. You know, I'd go traveling somewhere and create something, and I fell in love with the process of making something. The same way I'm sure a songwriter maybe starts off just writing their feelings down, or, you know, plucking something on the guitar or something, and then you might fall in love with what you make, not because it's what you make, but you get to look at it and you're like, oh, this means something to me, and then you just want to keep doing it. And it's not so much for me the job title, you know, but it's like, oh, I just want to keep doing it. If that's what it's called, being a director, then yeah.
So did you ever consider bringing in someone else to direct it, or was it always going to be your?
Always. Yeah, and we're actually creating a sequel to this short. We're about to, after this festival, we're about to enter pre-pro for it, and we're already writing our first feature, which I'm having such a hard time with. I'm just bashing my head against the wall, trying not to force it. That's all, you know, all to say. Yeah, it's just I want to do it because it's fun. Yeah. I enjoy it, and I get the most fulfillment out of or the most reward out of what we create. Yeah. So yeah.
Jacob and Jesse, how did you get into filmmaking?
I'm more or less stumbled into it because of Josh.
I forced him into it.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I've loved film for a long time, and worked in advertising for a long time. And so like design and writing and storytelling is always something that I've had an interest in. And so when Josh kind of came to me and asked me if I wanted to write with him, it was an absolute yes. Like, it just sounded like fun.
For me, mostly, I just got lucky. I really enjoy doing this, and as soon as Josh asked if I wanted to be a part of it, I couldn't say no. So.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, I'm getting the wrap up, so it's one final question, and you know what it's going to be. What advice would you give to someone who wants to make a film?
Yeah, I know. This is my favorite question. I was looking forward to this.
Then I'm sorry I undersold that for you.
No. Well, I was just going to say just do it. No, but I'm not going to say that. You know, I wish someone told me when I was very first getting into this, what I want to pass on is permit yourself to fail. Allow yourself. Not just it's okay to fail, but you got to tell yourself. And I wish someone told me, allow yourself to fail, because then you're actually going to make something. Because I think that maybe it's just me, but the reason I don't make stuff, or I don't, and what I'm dealing with right now, writing our first feature, is that I'm too afraid to fail at it. And I think that's why we see in our community, where we live in Portland, Oregon, and what we might see with a lot of our friends is, and why they don't step out, or why they say, oh, well, you made a short film or what have you. I think I could be wrong, but I think it's because of failure, because we're afraid to it. So if you allow yourself to fail, and what I would tell someone is allow yourself to fail, even do it, go fail. Because then once you're not afraid of it anymore, then you'll do it again, and you do it again. The only way to get better is by doing it. Same thing with instrument. Just keep at it, and that's how you get better.
Excellent. I'm not going to say that's better than just do it, or fuck it, do it.
Fuck it, do it.
Fuck it, do it. Right, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.